Hello, it me, and yes, I'm filming on a toaster. You might already know about this trend from TikTok, but were you written by a man or a woman? I think it's an important question that we should all be asking ourselves, and probably not for the reasons you think. Today I'll be comparing the male gaze to the female gaze, and then explaining to you why this is all completely pointless. Sorry to spoil the video for you. I'm not good at video essays, and you clicked on it. Femininity is a pretty broad term, and it's also pretty subjective. What I may think of as feminine, you may see as gender neutral. What you may think of as masculine, someone else may think is a Sigma female trait, and what I find super pretty and harmless, J.K. Rowling is terrified of, apparently. So you get what I'm saying. Femininity is subjective and follows these very vague and arbitrary rules that society has somehow decided on, but what does that typically look like? Does the person perpetuating the standard of femininity change the outcome? Are these standards toxic depending on who decided them, or are they toxic regardless?
Sick and loving, baby, you're my doctor.
I can already hear the boys in the comments section. Something about stop making everything so political. Okay. Pronouns in bio. Okay, I'm getting something. Triggered! Oh, okay. They just don't like to see femme people have an opinion. It's okay, we can move on. The male gaze is pretty self-explanatory. It's how men expect us to perform femininity. Usually this includes stereotypes of the girl next door, the barely legal party girl, Lolita. No, not the style Lolita. I'm talking that Lolita. It's obvious that there's already a problem with the premise of the male gaze. The fact that men feel entitled to our bodies and how we choose to do anything, really, is just one of the many examples of the patriarchy. Patriarchy. Honestly, I think my accent is just too heavy for some of these words. I'm sorry, guys. The term male gaze started as a critique of how the media we consume portrays women from a masculine, heterosexual perspective. I want to say that this video is entirely inspired by Salem, and in her video on the topic, she goes into how these standards have affected her and many other women on a deeply personal and psychological level. Kind of thankful for not being able to afford cable growing up. The fact of the matter is, this concept has real-world effects and has caused so much pain. The male gaze is just another way that men have allowed themselves to dictate what a woman does with her own body. Nothing can be more toxic than that. Right? As Aisha Erotica would say,
I do it for the girls and the gays, that's it. The queens and the queers, yeah, they loving my shit.
the way that women expect each other to perform femininity. This usually includes aesthetics that started as a response to society's standards for women, such as the bimbo aesthetic, goth, and Lolita, the style this time. The female gaze had an amazing start with great intentions. It began in the movie industry as a response to the male gaze. Women started making more and more art focused on coming from a female perspective, which I want to say is so lovely as an idea, and it has helped society progress for sure, but I think it's come full circle. Now we've gotten to a spot where we expect each other to look and act in a particular way. In the end, I do think this is the lesser of two evils, but I don't know if that's good enough for me. So let's get this straight. Be a virgin, but be good at sex. Be nice, flirty even, but don't be a whore. Show less skin, be sexy, smile, be polite, don't rock the boat. Unless you don't want to be like other girls, then you have to be outspoken, but only just enough to display the fact that you're different. So many unspoken rules just handed to you from birth. And I haven't even talked about how this affects trans people or people of color. These ideas are very white and cis-centered. Masculinity has unspoken rules too, but there's something so much more sinister about the toxicity surrounding feminine presentation. It's not just about the way you look, it's a performance. I think the question of who you were written by is really trying to ask, who are you performing for? And I think I would like to get to a point where I perform for myself.